Let's keep moving. The rare two-call segment. We go this time to Mike. I'm glad that Mike called. Mike is next up because somehow I forgot who won the NL pennant last season.
Romy.
Mike.
Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant.
I had forgotten. He was a CCA winner. Now he's looking to win the whole thing, looking to win the smack off. Could this be the guy to rise up and rip it? Let's go to Mike in San Diego. Mike. What's up, Mike?
Wow, smack off number 17. I bet you feel like Methuselah how Van's back. I know the feeling. I started listening to The Jungle when the 20-something clones and Marv Albert were still in diapers. Hey, Canadian star linebacker, if you have to win the hack off just to get into the smack off, it's just not worth it. Romy, you had a lot of epic interviews this year, but Brian Wilson's interview really piqued my interest. Remember when Brian claimed that blood tastes just like dirty pennies? Hey, Wilson, I don't think you were being an honest ape when you said that, but hey, I see you working. Romy, can you imagine all the clueless clones who heard that interview and later taste-tested Wilson's theory by licking a few filthy Lincolns, only to have to call in sick the next day with a severe case of dysentery? Thank God, Jimmy, most of the clones are penniless, or else we would have had a major epidemic in the jungle. Of course, anyone who listens to the jungle knows what blood tastes like. It tastes just like Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch with all the nicks and cuts of a ball. Yo, Breaking Bad and Corona. Major props for putting that lame Vic and NoCal on blast, for always including historical movie and pop culture references in his phone calls. How weak is that anyway? Let's see. There was the plagiarized George W. Bush invasion for oil take, the movies Nerds and Predator, SNL's Coffee Talk and 60 Minutes Andy Rooney, the World Series of Poker, Mad vs. Wild, and God knows what else. No, wait. Hang on a second. Those were your takes, Brad. I take it all back, Vic. Brad is now Chrissy in Corona. Hypocrisy. Hey, Brad Pot. Meet Vic and No Kettle. Yo, Twitter clones, it's Follow Friday. I highly recommend Fabianowski 420. Fabian's my tweet that goes, Neep. By the way, Fabes, nice touch with the puppy, you old softy, you. I gotta admit, though, Twitter kind of sucks for Fabian. 140 characters? Please. Twitter's exactly like you, Jim. It just doesn't give Fabian enough room. Okay? If you're a huge sports fan, you've gotta love Twitter. I'm no longer a spectator, Jim. I'm a spec-Twitter. Now whenever I watch sports, I always have my Twitter on so I can get that instantaneous in-depth analysis on my timeline. And of course, who could live without Greg and Vegas's #JoeBuckSucks updates every 5 minutes? Twitter's an awesome social networking tool, but in the hands of a tool like King James, Twitter's an effective digging tool. Hey, LeBron, back away from the keyboard, bro, and stay in the bathroom. That hole you've dug yourself into on Twitter is getting so deep that soon Yao Ming will be able to use it as a shortcut to his crib in Shanghai. Moving on. Hey, Israel in L.A., I'm really humbled, dude. I hear that fat tattoo of my face on your neck looks pretty cool. But, bro, the tramp stamp you got with my name in giant letters is kind of over the top, don't you think? Romy, is it just me, or does Israel slur all of his words during his endless psychotic diatribes? I swear, at any moment I expect him to blurt out, "Ooh, bigot, and how? Have you heard of the Little Rascals, Romy? Listen up, up, Israel. You totally punked me out of a Valentine this year. So at the very least, I expect a gift card on Father's Day because I'm your daddy in bulk. Yo. Romy, I'd be remiss if I didn't shred that socialist communist, the social conscience of the jungle, Trapper in Del Norte County. First of all, Trapper, this is the jungle, not the Rachel Maddow show. We love sports. We don't hate America. If you want to proselytize your radical Marxist philosophy, just invite us to one of your Code Pink rallies. Secondly, dude, that hideous hair. What up with that? Are you going for the Donald Trump or the Gene Katie look? Who cut your hair anyway? Stevie Wonder and Anne Frank? I bet you told them to use a number 2 because your lettuce looks like crap. And what the heck is that mangy dead animal on your face? Is that a lame attempt at a goatee? Because if it is, it ain't working, bro. That thing has more patches than an Eagle Scout. Hey, Trap, better call animal control and have them remove that thing before it stinks up another courtroom. Lastly, Romy, I have to get something off my chest. Jim, I love you to death. You're a real stand-up guy, someone I look up to as a role model. But, dude, there's one thing about you that really disturbs me. Jim, for the love of God, would you please give that guy back his son? War the losers at StuckNut.com. War and War the Sun Also Rises, rounding third and crushing the grapes of wrath. 30 pieces of silver kush, heads like us, Romy. Late.
Mike, that a boy, Mike. Honestly, I had no idea Mike had that in him. Mike in San Diego. Full disclosure, he had me on the ground a couple of times. Mike in San Diego. Mike! Dude, I love the transitions. Moving on, Rome. So good. Heads like us. Mike in San Diego. And it just got interesting again. Where are you going to put that one? All right, again, it stands to reason. In the first half of the show, I'm going to give you that kind of room. If it's good, if you can carry it. You get to the second half, when we have to recap, count the votes, you're not going to get as